Hey, hey! Happy Tuesday to everyone. So something that I want to check right off the bat is to make sure that everybody can have... I want to check the latency of that. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's called LaTeX. Still learning it. Happy Tuesday! Yes, happy Tuesday! Hey Calcium! Hey Posh! Hey King! Hey Owl! Hey Tyler! How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's been having a good day so far. Today it is freaking hot where I am, and I am not a fan. But I have two of them, and they're both on full blast. Is that one on full blast? I don't know. I want to check latency though. I tried to fix the YouTube latency with the help of one LF Albert Mew. You have LaTeX on Twitch? You do have LaTeX on Twitch. The vibe is very fast today. Still learning it. Does be hot. I feel like the vibe is pretty fast. Look, I'm high energy. I'm having a good day. That's right. You have like access to it all. It might take a bit still for it to appear on screen, but now I think that that was real fast. Yeah, so it's still taking a bit for it to appear on screen, but I can see you guys coming in live now. Holy heck, LaTeX rendering? Yep, you can do LaTeX in chat. Yeah, no, I went into the stream settings and I was able to decrease the latency quite a bit, so I should be able to real-time interact with YouTube now. Huge improvement over you guys having to wait 30 seconds. I did not realize how bad it was until Mewbert told me about it. Until Angus Mewbert told me about it. Simply turn off the leg. My bad. Yeah, my leg switch. There actually straight up is a button. There is literal maps. There's a leg switch button, basically. There's also a delay button that still sits on 1 second that it shouldn't be on, but I thought I turned it off, but I guess not. I would probably have to restart the entire stream to turn it off. But yeah. Alright. It's math. It's math, god dang it. Well, I mean, did you pay attention to what this channel's about? The channel's kind of all about math. Kind of like the shtick here, yo. But if that's good, if you guys are able to chat and I'm able to read in relatively real time, I will take that. Take that schmagoiggle. Take that schmagook. Schmagoogle. Mawooka blook. You thought it was a cooking channel? You were close. The shtick is sticky. It doesn't add up. Haha, it doesn't add up. It's so funny. Hey, you forgot a dollar sign, Tyler. You forgot a dollar sign. Thought it was a cooking channel. Yeah, no, I did too. That was something I always thought was really funny conceptually. Was the idea of cooking classes. Gonna be fun D&D things. It is D&D things. I mean, I'm a math channel, and we're gonna be planning a D&D one-shot. By planning a D&D one-shot, I've never made a one-shot from scratch. I've hosted one-shots, I've ran one-shots before, but I've never made a one-shot from scratch. So today is primarily probably going to be building the map. I have this whole plan written out in a little notebook of how I want it to go. But yeah, we'll see. Who's playing in the one-shot? This is for off-stream stuff. I might run it twice. I might run it once off stream and then once for fellow streamers. But it's for my usual D&D group. If we have an off week, I was like, let's do it. It's gonna be horror themed. I'm very looking forward to it. And yeah, the music is very high energy today. We're here to talk and prep work. Exactly. Is D&D friend slop? It can be. Private life in this economy? That's right. First class private life. But... Oh yeah, speaking of, Tyler, I saw you mention that in the thing, and I find it hilarious. So, I made a short today, or like, I had a short that went live today about how I don't really care for friend slop. And the point of the video, the point of the short, is to be a hypocrite. Because I say, I don't care for friend slop, I feel like it's repetitive, I feel like it doesn't give enough rewards, and I feel like it gets very samey. And then I immediately follow that by saying, well, now I'm gonna go play Bloodborne and play it for the, 100th time. Or technically I say new game plus 47 Bloodborne character. So the joke there is that I am criticizing something for being repetitive and stagnant, and then immediately playing something that is literally the same thing over and over. I've beat the game 47 times on one character, and I want to go do it again. That's the humor there, is the hypocrisy. D&D's the best friend slop, so when he plays play it, I agree. It's like Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3, technically friend slop. Highly crafted friend slop. And so I just got a number of comments on the short that was like, way to tell that someone doesn't have friends, or it's like, you don't, like, people were writing, like, someone wrote a paragraph about how I'm wrong. And it made me so happy. Difference is you don't have friends to grind single player. It's not Baldur's Gate, it's true. But no, it just made me so happy because, one, engagement, turns out, I was gonna say rage baiting people is a way to get engagement, but that's not even rage baiting. You see, rage baiting would be I say something that's like intentionally trying to get people upset. This is having an opinion. I just say, I don't like friend slop. Must be a freaking loser. I don't know. I find it funny. And you know what? That's what's most important to me. That's why I went ahead and I was like liking all the comments who are like, this is stupid. This guy's stupid. I'm gonna fall in love with Karlach again every run. Fun fact about my Baldur's Gate playthrough. My Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough was very funny because I tried to fall in love with Karlach. I tried to romance Karlach. So at one point in the story, Karlach gets the ability to turn off her flames. And you have two options. You can go for a hug, or you can go for a kiss. And okay, being a reasonable person, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for a hug. And apparently that's the wrong choice if you want to romance someone. Remember, if you're ever having an emotional moment for someone's having an emotional moment, use this information in real life. We were ready to say Shadowheart. I'll get to that. Don't worry, I'll get to Shard. If you're ever having an emotional moment in real life with someone, forming a strong connection, they're being vulnerable, just go all in, tongue and all, just be like all over their face. That's how to show that you're interested. Don't be compassionate about the fact that they've just spent a lot of years now unable to interact with others and may not be comfortable with this. Is it weird for me to think that the hug would still keep the romance option available? Maybe I'm the weird one. Consent isn't needed. Big words. Always ask for consent. Yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. Anyways, so that locked me out of Karlach's. Low-res beta male, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't put it past me, knowing me, but I have beta male energy. Ask anyone I've ever spoken to. But, and the negative is, but, so then by the way, can you guys hear the fan in the background? Because I have a fan that's kind of like blowing directly on me, and I want to make sure it is not getting picked up or anything. But anyways, so, and then I ended up killing it. Love you, Jay. We're right here, we're in the background. Oh yeah, there you guys are in my walls. You have a fan? I think so. I'm assuming one person who subscribed to me actually likes me. But, oh yeah, and then I saved over the save file where I ended up accidentally killing the entire camp and the person. And so I couldn't, redo that. Anyways, I tried to fall in love with Shadowheart. I triggered all of her stuff. And then, she glitched and it would not activate any of her stuff. Despite me hitting every single trigger, it would not activate a romance option. Blowing directly on you? I mean, yes, airflow? I mean, so I have one that's like blowing directly on like my waist, sort of. It's because I'm standing right now, so I have a standing desk. So I have a fan that's like blowing like legs, the thigh. It's like a tall standing fan, you know, like vertical one. That's hitting my like waist area. And then I have a smaller one that's by the window that is sucking the air, like the hot air out. What's my favorite class? I don't understand the eyeballs. What? What did I say? What's my favorite class? What do you mean? What the? Had a great. Well, no, it's like blowing on my side. It's blowing on my side. It's not in front of me. It's like hitting the side of my hips. I keep like. You guys, VTuber fans or something else. My God, calcium. Okay. Favorite class? 2 answers to that. My favorite class that I ever took. In terms of content, I think my favorite class ever was numerical analysis. I really enjoy that. And I've been reviewing it and getting back into it, and I'm really, really, really excited for when I start in the fall. And I can get back into it. The other class, my other favorite class would have been, what do you mean phrasing? Welcome to VTubing community. We have sex joke, and sex joke. Yeah, this bad boy can fit so many sex jokes in it. Which also apparently a lot of other stuff in there too. But my favorite class in terms of experience was definitely my real analysis 1 and 2 classes, because they were very discussion focused and had a really large focus on the professor was really close with all of his students, and that was really important to me. So I got to form this awesome relationship with this professor, an awesome relationship with my cohort. And we got to just sit and talk every class about math. And that was really fun. We have sex joke, and 6, 7. Yeah, pretty much. Love classes like that. Oh, me too. They're my favorite. Oh, you love it. He was talking about D&D. I didn't realize. Yeah, I forgot that you're not here for math. Owl. Okay. Let me fix my face tracking real quick. Okay. Favorite D&D class. That's the thing. I think I have more fun being the your brother math calculating damage. Okay, valid. I think you know what? Actually, let's go ahead and I'll start setting stuff up on my end. So I don't just have to yap, so we can actually make progress for once in a stream. No, so my favorite, I have the most fun. Gonna be like such a happy Pride, everyone. Here's my pansexual answer. My favorite thing is the type of character I play. It has nothing really to do with the class. I like to fit the class, or like it's for me. It's about the behavior. It's such a goddamn. For me, it's about the. I thought I'm self-aware of this. For me, it's about the behavior of the character, where I play the character I want to play, and then whatever class fits the best comes out of that. So I don't have a class preference. I like the class based off the type of character that I play. Happy Pride. But yeah, so like currently, so in my previous campaign, I was playing, I'm more of an emotional player. Exactly. I love RP. Especially like off the cuff RP. It makes me very happy. that's always my go-to. That's always like the best part for me. But let me switch over. Up. Okay. But yeah, so it's so like the previous campaign I was in, I was an artificer, and I just used that. Well, so I was an artificer. You only played D&D a few times, but you spent sessions daydreaming about your character being a woman. Sorry, that's part of it though. Like, getting into that character is super fun. Listen, I've been able to make my DM cry, and my DM's been able to make me cry because we get so emotionally invested in our characters and the interactions and stuff. It's awesome. That's what I'm there for. That's the real stuff. That's what I'm there for. I say a lot. So yeah. I have a lot of those transitional phrases. So, happy pride. We love characters with more story work than fighting work. Honestly, people like min-max their characters. My previous character, I was an artillerist, and then up until like level 10 or something, and then because of story stuff, I multi-classed into warlock without telling anybody. The only person knew were myself and the DM. So I multi-classed into warlock, horribly unoptimal, but it was purely based off of story. Excuse me. So like my character was going crazy, and this thing called, what was it called? Something protocol. There was a certain sort of like because my character had to do with mind flayers, and so there was like a program. So he had like a parasite sort of thing in his brain. But then he got the parasite out, but then his brain got corrupted because he had been surgically altered by mind flayers and whatnot, and then it made him start to go crazy, where he started actually seeing his other party members as different monsters. And there had been like this parallel with our characters each kind of representing a deadly sin. And my character was greed. And so there was but like I was seeing other characters, and the way they were manifesting kind of represented their sins. And so like the first one to change was the character who changed into kind of a wrath representation. And so he's our fighter, and he had been kind of close with my character, and so he's trying to talk to him, and all my character sees is this hulking suit of armor that's just like leaking goo, and then like amalgamation of death. Anyways, my character ended up dying. My character ended up dying and ending up saving that character by fighting what was it? She was she was like a super werewolf leader. My character was going to let that character die, and so I was rolling wisdom saves to see if I would end up caring about that character in the last minute, and then I succeeded, and so I rushed to his side, got him out of there, and then stood on my own while the party escaped fighting the boss to myself. And I was just busting out everything. He had a metal arm that was like a gun that had a bomb in it, so it's like his final move was just activating the bomb on himself, so he self-destructed. I can get so into it. I love D&D. I love D&D so much. I can't describe how much I love it. And he had a homunculus that was this like robot. So even though it was like it was pretty weak, but it had the face of a dead woman who was the first person to become friends with him after the mind flayers had messed with him. Because he didn't remember anything from his past life. The thing is, in a different campaign, I know where my character's from, and the DM knows where my character's from. Nobody else knows where my character's from, but he's kind of from a parallel universe. He was basically isekai by mind flayers, which sounds really stupid when I say it that way, but I promise it's cool. D&D is best, especially with friends. Especially, yes, D&D is, like you said, premium friend slop. Alright, so I've never used this software before. I want to talk about my other D&D characters. I've never used this software before. Anyways, So I don't know what I'm doing. There is tutorials, but who has ever used tutorials? You want me to keep talking about my characters? Okay, so my other one. So there's one I'm currently playing. So we're only like level 2, so we're still getting into it. Level 1 took a really long time. We're doing Witchlight. So my current character in our current campaign is a love. I said love. No, he has nothing to do with love. I was reading chat. Hearing about people's ideas and backgrounds. Oh, yes, me too. Honestly, I love hearing like people's inventive ideas for stuff. So my current character is, we're doing Witchlight. He's a banker, and he sounds kind of like Colonel Sanders. And so every session, the whole RP is all doing like that. I'm like, not exactly Colonel Sanders. It's my best Colonel Sanders impression. And he's a banker, and he's always handing people his business card. And his curse is that whenever he is alone, well, so no, the thing that was taken from him is his luck, because after spending enough time in banking, he decided to go into gambling. And then but the thing that was stolen from him was his luck. So he has terrible luck, despite loving gambling. So he's taking risks on stuff for stupid things. Or not for stupid things. He's taking risk on stuff with basically odds stacked against him. And then he's always handing people his business card, and he's very like refined. He has like a top hat, he has a suit. He's an Earth Genasi, except he's like styled, or he's like made of like metal. So he's like a sort of like platinum. And he's a wild magic barbarian, because he's a barbarian because he just is a fist fighter. That's all he knows how to do. He doesn't really know magic or anything. And the quote-unquote magic from the wild magic is actually a lever that he has on his gauntlets that rolls a slot machine. And the slot machine randomly chooses the effect that then the gauntlet activates. Such a freaking nerd. But yeah, so... But he doesn't resolve things with like violence. Violence isn't his go-to. Like, oh god, what do I say? There was a while where I just like say, yes, the slot machine's armed like Arcane. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. I'm so glad you got that, Owl. That is literally what that is from, except it's smaller, so it's not like that big of a size. But that's the idea, is that he's got just a little lever on this gauntlet that goes ching, and goes ching, 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 and then hits a combination, and then we'll do the magic attack from that combination. I love that you got that. But yeah, so it's so cool. Oh, thank you. I know I put a lot of effort into these. So he's always handing people his business card, and he's like, pleasure to meet you, my name is Rexon Walker from what is it? Pleasure to meet you, my name is Rexon Walker, working at Multimedia Management, subsidiary of the First National Bank from the esteemed city of Baldur's Gate. Have the gauntlets ever backfired during a session? Not yet, but that's a really good idea that I'm going to throw to my DM, because he has terrible luck. So I might just ask my DM to rig, because we don't, he doesn't rig any of the rolls, but I'm like, could you somehow rig, would you be willing to try to rig the wild magic roll kind of against us in that situation, because I have bad luck? Such a reason to steal that? Please do. But yeah, so we were supposed to have a session on Saturday, but then someone had to cancel, so we have a session this weekend, this Saturday. So I'm very much looking forward to it. There's probably a table of only bad things for wild magic. That's not a bad idea. Over time, you have to roll more dice and you take the lowest number. That's not a bad idea. The thing about wild magic is that the lowest number isn't necessarily the worst one. They're all useful situationally. That's the thing. They're all pretty good situationally. Situationally. So there are times when you may want to do the laser. There are times when you may want to do the vines. There are times where you may want to do the... I don't remember what they all are. There's 8 of them, but yeah. The thing is, though, our team also has a wild magic sorcerer. And so I'm really hoping flip a coin for a normal wild magic versus bad wild. Oh, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that and see if we can do that, because I think he would love that. Yeah, we also have a wild magic sorcerer who's yet to accidentally fireball the party, but I feel it's coming. And what's funny about our sorcerer, our wild magic sorcerer, is that they're a changeling who doesn't know their own name and doesn't know like their own background. So they don't know if they're male or female, they don't know what their name is, they don't know anything about them, and so they're just in a form, and no one knows what to call them, and so we started calling them Rib Rub because of, I think, barbecue ribs? I don't even remember, but it had to do with barbecue ribs and a frog. And so we started calling them Rib Rub. We don't call them their actual name because we don't know their actual name. Which, I'm loving this session, or I'm loving this campaign so much. Rib Rub, my beloved. They're incredible. Well, the person who gave them the name Rib Rub is, we have like an 80-year-old stoner, who is what is he? He's a druid who, instead of doing the move Goodberry, his is Good Bud, where the good berries get you high, and so now there's an actual thing. And then there's also bonbons, which replicate the effect of Goodberry, which are now edibles. And so we start. So my character won a bunch of good bonbons at the carnival, and so now he just has edibles that he bribes the stoner with, where if he wants the stoner to do something, he just like gives him an edible, and then he does it, and then he'll like overdose on it, so he'll become like completely useless. Incredible. 80-year-old stoner IRL in D&D. Funny enough, the guy used to be a stoner, but yeah. No, everyone I play D&D with is old. And by old, I mean they're in their 30s. I'm the youngest person in my D&D group. This group, you must know this group character dynamic. It's bizarre. Oh, and then we have a guy who, in character, and in real life, but in character, is, would you do it for a Scooby Stack? That's literally it. That's literally it. He's kind of like Shaggy. He's a big furball, so he's like 7 feet tall and just like covered in hair and just high out of his mind constantly. And instead of like a pipe or a bong, he smokes out of his staff. And then we also have a guy who's like an aging 30-year-old dad. He's got like a fanny pack, and all he does is talk about his horse. In the same way that like an old guy would be like fixing an old car, he just loves talking about his horse, Black Betty. It was a horse. I don't know, it's great. And he can't handle any alcohol, so any like alcohol at all touches his lips, his curse is it gets him instantly inebriated. It's incredible. It's been an amazing campaign, and the fact that we're only level 2 is nuts. It's perfect. It's just been perfect. It's not even that long of a campaign. I think it's only like a 7-level campaign. So, you know, it won't go on for super long. I don't know what campaign we're gonna do after this. We were thinking about doing Avernus, Descent to Avernus, but because we haven't done anything that's like classic fantasy, and that's very much classic fantasy realm. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do next. But what we're doing in the meantime, or what I'm doing in the meantime, is for weeks that we don't have sessions, because normally we play every other week, or if someone has to cancel suddenly, then I am trying to make a one-shot so that we have something to go off of. The theme of this one-shot, as you may have seen, okay, no. Maybe I want this. I think I want something like this, probably. The theme of the one-shot, though, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, is kind of weird. It's sort of meant to be a grunge horror, inspired by The Evil Within, Resident Evil, and Outlast. And so that's why the final boss for this this one shot is going to be the Jaeger from Outlast Trials. Watercolor battle maps. I think that could be good. Because then I can make it dark. Okay, let's do that. I guess I should name this because this is someone else's account that they're letting me use to do all the we all just share one D&D account, like D&D Beyond and Fantasy Grounds and all that. Map name is gonna be Bronx or Shop. If you're curious, this is what my friends call me. Is the Kronk. Why haven't you shown up sooner? Because I've been doing math. I've been doing math. Let's use square. How large can I make this? Okay, that's fine. One shot. I'm seeing. All right, let's see how much we can fit into this one. Oomph. Because I have no idea how this system works. Stamps, text, lines, shapes. Ooh, I love shapes. Paths, groups, layer selection. Cool. Brush tool, line tool, shape tool. It's D&D, man. Yeah, that's me now. Or did you mean, oh, it's D&D, man? Or did you mean it's a D and D, man? It's a dungeon. It's dungeon. Dungeon is the place, and then it's dragons, man. Like Dragon Tales. Alright, how am I supposed to do any of this? Let's just start clicking buttons and see what happens. Where that comma? I know. Remember your comma. Remember your P's and Q's. But P's and Q's in this case are commas. I did something. I know it did. Color, erase, tweak. Yeah, let's. It dungeon, it's dragons, it's everything a growing genderless amorphous changeling with identity issues needs. That's what you guys are, right? Did you guys see the art Doggo made for Pride? I love it so much. Well, I want it to be like dark. Ugh. The commas left is an exercise to the reader. I mean, yeah, I guess. I feel like that's good. Yeah, we want it to be oh. We want it to be depresso. Well, now I'm very confused. Oh, is that... Ooh, oh, that's laggy as heck. Canonically all the flags? I mean, again, did you see the art? You guys have like 4 of them. You guys are Wario sexual, you guys are bacon sexual. Like, what? Like, oh, it's so laggy. Okay, alright. That doesn't seem to be the best way to do stuff. Shapes. What do we got for shapes? I can just be like, well, oh, that actually works better instead of whatever I was doing previously. Cool. Oh, I can just actually change a color palette here. It's all a mental game. That's what D&D is. We just want a kind of a gunmetal gray. Okay, sweet. Now what's this? Shape rectangle. Apply. Cool. Alright. Ooh. 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 That's fun. Do I have anything that's randomized stamps, tweak colors? Do I have anything that's a little bit different shape? A nice face, somebody following me from here on out. Oh, thank you. I like when people follow me. In Target. And I don't know. I don't have a joke lined up. Thank you for the follow. stone wall. I don't want stone though. I want to see something that's like metal. Because like I said, I'm going for like a punk grunge sort of thing. Oh wait, what's this catalog? Oh, whoa! Check this out. This is cool. Dungeon. Gothic horror, maybe? Maybe we could do something with that. I don't think there's gonna be anything that's like exactly what I'm looking for, but there could be just some cool stuff. Temple, maybe? Marble. Oh yeah, you have like spooky temple stuff. This is awesome. I'm loving this. Oh, maybe in sci-fi battle maps. Could be. Corporate? Oh? Industrial warehouse. Oh, no, that's like that industrial warehouse. Industrial factory roofs. Okay. Cargo yard. This might be what I'm looking for. Like this kind of stuff. I feel like there might not be enough to really get what I'm going for, though. Like, there's little pieces, but not exactly what I'm going for. Because I don't want it to be, like, per se, just industrial. I want it to specifically be, like I said, that kind of grunge. Like this, these like saw traps, I want to use these spikes, because I'm going to be adding traps and stuff around. Here's the hardest part. None of this feels quite right. Let's look at Gothic horror again. Gothic walls. Ornament wall, maybe. This. Dark railings, dark stairs. Okay, let's start by just building the shapes and then we can add the walls later and stuff. How do I do a floor? What if I want to just do a floor? How do I get back to what I was doing? Back. No. Okay. So we're gonna start by just building some shapes. And we're gonna just go from there. I'm just gonna start in the top left corner. And we're gonna figure it out. Alright, so there's a certain... Let me get out my little notebook here. I want to start in... So I said it was kind of like grunge horror, again, Outlast kind of inspired somewhat. I want it to start with them waking up like in a room where they wake up and they're like, oh, and they're like medical chairs and they have IVs in their arm. I'm gonna pop those out. Ooh, draw on a different program that exported. That's not a bad idea, actually. The thing about this is, though, just like the grid consistency and whatnot. How do I change this? Maybe brush size down a little bit. So if we're actually, so for example, we start. Let's see, have them start in a corner. Like that feels reasonable to me. And then I can apply all the fun little textures after. Where, let's see, because I wanted it kind of like that. That's probably enough space. All right. Because then I had wanted, let me look at the stamps again. Catalog. Take a look at what we got. You could always have, be sure the canvas is the same size, but small issue, but can always multiply the size for greater detail. That's true. That's not a bad idea. Alright, let's put up some walls. Fancy dock railings. Ornamental. Oh, these are rather large. How do I rotate this? Is there a way to rotate this? 90. Oh, fancy. So if I were to put something like there. Oh, look at this. But that's too fancy. I don't know if I want to do a whole... Because I was thinking about, like, custom making assets, but that seems like a lot of work. Seems like a lot of work for a one-shot. Go back to sci-fi. It's fantasy regional. Abandoned, Babylonian... It doesn't exactly work because it's meant to be on a larger scale, but cool. I'm currently drinking Powerade Power Water. Not a thing I have ever had or thought would be in existence. Bro, where's a wall? Sliding glass doors, screens, safes, and grand pianos, and rotted plants. But where's a wall? You have a keyboard, but no wall. I find this rather ridiculous. They have not yet invented the wall. Can I change the color of this? Actually, that's great. Like if I wanted to color a hue, dark, brightness. Oh, there we go. That's actually perfect. Yeah, I want it to be that. There. Lower the contrast. That's good. At the bottom, there's a keybind. Oh my god, there is. Whew. This will probably make life significantly easier. How do I rotate? What's the rotate key button? Control plus wheel. Oh, it's okay. Alright. So if I just wanted to do like, whoop, and then I'm really bad at lining stuff up, so I hope this doesn't look terrible. Whoop. And no. I feel like this will turn out fine. You guys will tell me if this looks terrible, right? And then I can erase bits from like... And that looks fine, right? That doesn't look absolutely garbage. Actually, I want to do this one first. Oh wait, was there a snap to grid button? Oh my god, there's a snap to grid button. Undo all of this. I can't believe there was a snap to grid. Oh, and I can have something like me in the middle there. Right, and then... You rest away to EP. Good luck with prep. Thanks for stopping by, Jay. Have a good night. Have a good night, my friend. Okay. And then we can be like... right there. I don't even do that. I'm gonna do like a door right there. Cool. We're gonna favorite that. There we go, favorite. I don't know why this is in favorites, but okay. So next, we want a door. That's a wall. That's a crate. That's a grate. That's a container. Not great. It's a boom barrier. What's a boom barrier? It's like a boom mic. A catwalk. There's a crane walk. Large trucks. Factory roof. Maybe in warehouse? And first windows. Concrete industrial walls. Okay, but door. Has no one ever heard of a door before? Because there are doors that you can, like, interact with and everything. You're like, this door is locked. I just want the visual for the door. What's a sliding gate? Could work. There's a big sliding gate. Actually, that fits. Lower the hue. Lower the... What's a door? Something I adore. There we go. How do I shrink? There. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. What's a door? Spelled differently. So the goal is they're gonna wake up and they'll be like, huh? And then they're gonna be trapped in this room. That's part one. They wake up in medical chairs with IVs in their arms. Okay. And I'm gonna have sort of an overseer narrator who's sort of guiding them through, be like, hello, hello, Alan, are you looking for these? Yes, see, the warden was the mastermind the entire time. Everything that's happened to you over the last 24 hours, it happened orchestrated by me, my insane mind. So let's background. Let's do a texture. Oh, here's how I messed with the textures. Ooh. What's everything doing? I was just wondering if you want to hang out and make D&D maps and do math and figure out the metrics on a ball for L2. Is it Dead Seagulls? Oh, that's right. Quest for Please. Wizard titles. It's in sci-fi. Hazard Lab. MechWorks. Okay, here's what I want. Here's what I want. Yes, all me. The whole thing cost me $750,000 over 8 months of planning just to get you here into the palm of my hand. Why would you do that? To make one simple request. I was just wondering if you wanted to hang out, smoke weed, fill up at with diet soda, and play Burnout Revenge for the PS2. Okay, let's go into... I want to find, like, medical chairs, I guess? Let's see... Firefighter on the N64. I never had an N64. That was before my time. Which is too bad. I'm sure it would have been very fun. Ooh, ooh, not useful here, but look at this. Look at these creepy. Ooh. Oh, apartments. I bet I can find a chair in there. If you're, you know, you appear in a medical, you probably appeared on a toilet. Oh, ooh, or should I have them appear in bathtubs? Like wake up in bathtubs and they're like, and then they like breathe out of it and have to like sit up suddenly, and then they have like the IVs in them and they're like, ouch. I think that would be fun. Graphics card. Katana. Good. 5 guns. Oh, very fun. Okay, let's do that. Deprivation chamber, exactly. Welcome to the chamber. Can I see the grid actively on? I want to see the grid on. There we go. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so a player is one circle. So I'm gonna do it like this. That. Wait, I just realized that's off center from the grids. There we go. Perfect. So they're gonna wake up. They're gonna be like, and then sit up out of these little baths. They're like, my God, that was horrible. And then there's gonna be kind of, like I said, a voice in their head. A voice in their head, by kind of like magic infection, I'm thinking, is gonna be like, welcome to my asparagus. I'm gonna write, I don't like writing actual things, but I'm gonna write bullet points, for when I do the dialogue for narration and stuff. Because I don't like doing stuff verbatim, because then you can tell that I'm reading it verbatim. But I want to do stuff. I want to have bullet points down for what I'm gonna say. Alright. So, generation, one large door. And for the door, it's gonna be locked. I want to start with kind of a simple puzzle. So, how long have I been the DM? I've hosted one shot, and I'm making another one. The one shot I made was mostly pre-made, and then I ended up modifying it a lot. And my players really liked it, so I'm doing it again, except this time from the ground up. Because I feel like I've played enough. I know what I wanted to do as a player. Like, I love being a player that I think I can do and the people I'm playing with, are the only people I've ever really played D&D with, so I have a good read, I think, on what they would enjoy. So. Alright, I was thinking this for a basic puzzle. So they're gonna start out with like none of their kit, and each player is just gonna have a key with them, and then there's gonna be, how do I do this? Yeah, there's gonna be like 4 different slots on the door, each with like a symbol or a phrase that they then have to match to their class or something. A very simple idea of meant to be like representative of what is going to be the case moving forward, which is going to be simple puzzles, but puzzles. I'm not gonna do like riddles. I don't like doing riddles, but I do like people having to do work. I feel like riddles like there's too much wit involved, but I like using your environment and whatnot, so I want to preface that. What if a player puts a wrong key in a wrong hole or steals someone else's key in that hole? Not gonna be a big deal. It's the first room. They're not gonna explode just yet, but in due time. So next, I want to so let's see, how do I want to do this next room? They're gonna... Well, that's cool. Okay. That's where I can center it. They're gonna walk out, and there's just gonna be a little table sort of stuff, and it's gonna have all their gear on it. Because I want them to be able to have all their stuff right off the bat. And then we're going to sort of move... Oops. Down this hallway. And make sure that's not super long. So they're gonna kind of just like go through a little door right here. Actually, that's what I'll do. Right, that should be it. 100. They didn't understand one early. I did not drink poison. Didn't understand it. Instructions unclear. Everybody drank poison and died. I'm hoping my players are smarter than that. In my experience, they might be. In my other experiences, they're not. I do have a section where they're supposed to very clearly run from an enemy, and I have a feeling that they're not gonna. Well, so I've made it freeform enough where, or like how I have it envisioned in my head, is freeform enough where they are going to have the freedom for about one turn to try to attack. The attacks are going to be largely ineffective, and so that's kind of going to be the cue to, okay, you guys should run, because there's also going to be a door closing at the end of the hallway as like gonna vary. I'm like, okay, this is timed. It would make sense if we did not want you here. I wanted you to get the heck out, sort of thing. And that's going to be the... I'm trusting them to not be morons. But D&D players have never failed to surprise anyone in that regard, so we'll see. It might go great. It might go absolutely horribly. I don't know. Let's... how do I delete? Okay, I can just hotkey. Nothing too crazy. I'm fine with it not looking great. They cannot suspect or think unless it's about a random door. That's literally true. As someone who's done that quite a bit. For real. God, Baldur's Gate is such pretty music. That was stupid. Looks good enough. Okay, passable. That's all I need. Okay. Now I need a table of some sort. There was a one shot where everyone just started worshiping a door at one point. We were obviously supposed to go through the door. Did not stop us. Everyone just immediately started worshiping it. And then like it was like 2 people started worshiping it, and they had really low intelligence, so that was like part of it. We're like, haha. And then more people started showing up from the party, and they were like, oh my god, you're right, and started worshiping the door as well. The DM was not thrilled. Suffice it to say, the DM was not thrilled about it. How do these look, actually? Just curious. Do these look better? I like the metal better. Right, I'm looking for a table. That's a stove. Close. Close. Greetings. Does anyone here have just a regular old table? Looking for a table? I guess a kind of like cardboard box could work. What alternatives do we have? If I make this gray, it might work. Oh, fuck. Why is this all offset? No, I want this at 270. Oh, sorry. Why is this offset on rotation? What the hell? Heck. Weird. Okay. Back to the apartments. Listen, the apartments have useful stuff. We can turn off Snap for a second here. Perfect. There you go. That's our beautiful cardboard box table that we are going to cover in weapons. I don't know what weapons we'll be using, but I'll throw some generic weapon stuff on there. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on the... what are they called? Gunslinger. My DM never wants Gunslinger to be in any campaigns. He does not like it. And I don't know why. I mean, like, to be fair, Artillerist is just better in certain ways, but... I think Gunslingers, like, special bullets have a lot of cool stuff, but they're, like, steampunk hex-tech guns. I don't know. I really like... I'm fine. Bloodborne is my favorite game ever made. I'm fine with the guns in my fantasy world. Do you minds? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do a laundry switch real quick. Okay, I'll be right back. Go ahead. I'm gonna turn off my model. Feel free to LaTeX it up, because that's what people always do. I'll be right back. Okay. Warble. Warble. Sorry, I am also very hydrated, and so I had to deal with that. Off the cuff question, what are you guys' thoughts on mint chocolate, like mint chip ice cream? Are you pro or boo? Pro, yay or nay on mint chip? I have genuinely joined the Mafia, my favorite video game, just because I extracted the dev editor from the source files with AI. How did y'all spend your week? The best flavor. Oh, it's back. Okay. Okay, Apu. Okay, pal. The best flavor. I really like it too. I know that's it's a hot topic. It's a controversial topic. my my weekend was pretty chill. I didn't get to play D&D because one of our players canceled, so what was I doing? Weapons, Fantasy World. No one. Oh, that's classic. No. It didn't sound too mean. No, it's fine. I know you guys are joking around. But yeah, RT, mine was alright. Mint chocolate chips use a d6 damage for damage. Mint chocolate should use a d6 for damage rolls and do fire damage on an even number and ice damage on an odd number. Well, yeah, if it's just in real life. I suppose. Alright, maybe in core? Castle? No. Competition rewards, a fancy carriage, a water wheel, a sailing ship. Where's just... Fantasy world, core. Human settlement, no. Fantasy regional. Fantasy battle maps. I'm looking for the weapon to allow my players to beat people to death. I feel like that is not unreasonable. Artisans, you say? Artisans. Constitution saving throw. Let's give them a cannon. A mortar cannon. No, seriously, where's just, like, weapons? Where's just, like, sword? No, it's just a weapon. Tag, weapons. Yeah, it's just in the castle. No, I don't need... What? The entirety. Couple of clubs here and there. Okay, but no, great, just all of it. Just please give me the weapon. There we go. Weapon racks, a katana, and a gun. I think I should just drop this on the table. It's just... Just go solve the mystery, gang. Go escape from which dungeon? It's inside the cardboard. That's not a bad idea. But okay, maybe. You're actively trying to repair said editor's saving and loading feature because it uses requests to servers that have been destroyed since the meteor struck. What happened? What game is this? What game is this? Terrifying concept. Alright, we're back to the weapons. Alright, we're just gonna throw a few generic ones on there of little sword. They're gonna scale that down to about 70%, maybe? And you're gonna turn off snap. We got the sword here. We're gonna have another sword here. 2 swords. They get 2 swords. Crossbow could be fun. Great. Crodorsbow. I probably am just gonna drop a gun on there because the visual's funny. It's just... Ooh. Warhammer, that's fun. Very large Warhammer. Jesus. Oh no. Redo. It's freaking 10%? 30%. There we go. Hanging off the side. There we go. Big ol'... it doesn't look great. Let's see, what do we have from these assets? Let's do that Warhammer. That's a bit large. That's a bit better. Then yeah, I'm just gonna put 1 gun on there. Because it makes me laugh. Just... This is like 50, I guess. Let's do 40. Just for anyone who looks, it's just gonna be a flintlock pistol just there. Just guys, we're out of spells, but we're not out of options. Sorry, it's a holy pistol. It's very different. Very different. All right. Use a 9 just in case things get a bit dicey. You have my sword and my bow and my axe and my blicky. That's awesome. All right. So they pick up their gear and whatnot, and then... Oh, that was the other thing. Is that how I'm gonna do healing, or how I'm gonna do rests, because it's meant to be kind of like a madhouse, scary horror thing. They're not gonna have time to do, you know, sit down for an hour, take a short rest. That's unreasonable. And so in going with kind of like the horror theme, I'm gonna give them syringes, where it's like a short rest syringe and a long rest syringe, and so just each person can individually short or long rest 1 time, and so they're just gonna jam a needle in their gut, pump, or you know, in their arm, in their leg, in their butt, whatever, just pump themselves full of short rest adrenaline juice, long rest adrenaline juice, and boom. And I'm fine with giving them a long rest because the final boss is gonna be a mess. So, I want them to have their available tools, I guess. Right. So is there anything in here, I wonder, that looks just like a... Give them a shotgun! Just give them a shotgun! Nothing will be funnier to me than the fantasy world just having just... Your M16, sir. I need something simple. Here, take a stim. These drugs will fill you up. That's exactly what it is, though. It's fun for the whole family. It's drugs for the whole family. Drugs for the whole party, but individually. So drugs for 1 person of the party. Sci-fi, battle map, shitty apartments, clear filters, right. Detergent. Drinks. Cash. Lighter, very fun. Claude code is carrying my dude's vibe coding. I'm disappointed. Ooh. Cybercats. I feel like if we change the coloring of the lighter, it could fit. Yes, my favorite medieval weapon, the shotgun. If you've ever played, what's it called? If you've ever played, what's that game? Remnants of the Ashes. They have a pretty fun way to do the guns, like gun souls. I think, at least. I want to make that stuff green. There you go. That feels like juice. It's like toxic now. There we go. Turn off random rotation for that. There we go. Okay, it looks like grenades, but it's, I promise, I syringes. The holy hand grenade. You're not learning assembly for 2 years and then trying to extract me through every SO file for 1 year like that one guy did. He's gatekeeping. No, okay, more power to you, I guess. No. Alright, so after they picked up their stuff and they walked down this little hallway, they're going to enter a room. Now, this room is fun because it's actually inspired by an Evil Within level, the level with the Keeper, where we are going to have, it's going to kind of be a hub area. So we're going to have 3 doors that they can go to, and then we're going to have 1 secret door, and then the secret door is kind of, how do I say this? Here, let me the secret door is kind of like the way forward. They want to solve the puzzles in all 3 doors. Yeah, in all 3 different entrances, and then boom, special door opens. So let's go ahead and kind of open this up like that. Kind of like that. Because this is what I'm gonna do is end up having probably 2 or 3 little mini maps, small maps that they go through. If that's the case, then I can... Yeah. I'm just gonna walk in, and then boom, you have this big kind of like room where it's gonna be like door, how do I want to do this? Door. All the doors are gonna function a little bit differently. I guess we can actually have a door. We're gonna have a door here because we're gonna have something right there. How do I want to do this? You're all for fantasy settings with guns, but they should do something more interesting. Blowholes, reverse momentum gun, camera implantation gun, alignment randomization gun. That's true. Exactly. Give them special effects. So door 1, 2 buttons, right, that's what it is. All right, so door 1 is going to be a very simple trap room where they're going to walk in and there's going to be some like, there's going to be some like information on the wall and then 2 buttons. Pretty simple. 1 button is gonna just open the walls and a ton of enemies are gonna pour in if they... And then the other button is the correct button to unlock one of the locks on the secret door. They're gonna have to press all 3 buttons across all 3 doors, and then boom, they get to continue. So, if that's the case, so let's say I walk in here, and we're gonna have like a door here. Let me think how I want to do this. A door here is gonna be the puzzle room. This is gonna be the like main entrance door, the like big one with the logos on it. Yeah, because this is gonna be... They're gonna walk in here down a... And then down here is where they're gonna go down the staircase. So right there's what... Okay, got it. Okay. So, first things first, let's go ahead and grab us another door. Maybe a slightly different door. Sorry, was hydrating. The door frames, no. I want the whole door. I don't know, where was it? Cargo yard. Industrial warehouse, maybe? There was the gates. The gates are fine. One second, I'm adjusting my desk to be sitting desk now. Okay, you know what we can do? We can do the sliding gates for the doors right there. For the individual doors. What scale was that at? Can I copy and paste that? Ooh, I can. Awesome, I didn't know I could do that. Love it. Yeah. Door 1. Door 2. Door 3. And then we're gonna have a big special door right there. Because this big special door is probably going to change maps on them, and then they're going to enter this they're going to enter a hallway where a big dramatic chase scene ensues. This will have go downstairs and then end up down here. Like down here, this will just encompass this area. This will be a small room up here. It's your time now. You must go to your job. You wish you luck, Poi. May your map look spectacular and be all you want from it. I will hope so. Grazie. Have a good day. I hope you have the best of day at work. What's supposed to be 100. Doesn't need to be super fancy. Just needs to get the job done. Layers. Those can all be up top there. Say that dude to say thank you, grazie. Yeah, I don't know, it's always kind of in my go-to. We have common gimmicks. I think you'll like it here then, as long as you enjoy numbers. All right. Let's turn off grid snapping for a moment. I can do that. Beautiful. My perfect walls. Absolutely perfect garbage. It's fine. No one will even pay attention to it. It's beautiful. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing over here. My superb warble. There we go. Why don't I do that for this one? Okay. Good enough. And the Lord said, I suppose that works. And then I have no idea. This'll just go straight down. I'll just have it do that. Oops. Oops. No reason to do anything crazy fancy. Because I'm just gonna have the door be right there. Like that. Okay, perfect. Not perfect. Good enough. And then... ooh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to design all the lighting, I just realized. What we're probably gonna do, because I'm tired from work and I am lazy, is just find a very big special door for that exit and then call it there. So let's see what we have in the way of doors. Large gates, double doors. Kind of like this. This like super large, ominous feeling door. 110. The 140. 130. 120. There we go. Actually, we want to change the hue on that a little bit more blue. Decrease the saturation, decrease the brightness. Use the contrast. Yeah, kill the saturation. We want it to be depressing in here. Be like our doors depressing. Perfect. Perfect. You feel like you always yap at your own things while being completely off topic. You're making a map for D&D. Yeah, I'm making a map for a D&D one shot. I'm making a map for a D&D one shot that, permitting, if it goes well with my stuff offline, then I might have it also appear on stream and like host a one shot for like my STEM boys or like Aleph Mu and whatnot. Okay. Easy enough. And then that means that up here we can do our little puzzle room. Our first puzzle room. A relatively simple one with the vents that enemies will pour out of if they guess the wrong button. But they shouldn't be guessing, they should be figuring it out. Alright. I think for now, though, I'm fine with calling that there. Is it just called New Map? Oh no, it's called Kronk's Horror One Shot. Okay, sweet. Yeah, and they'll add more flavor in here later. We'll add some more puzzle stuff. But I think for now, oops, that might be it. I know, this was a pretty short one. The workday ones are generally on the shorter side. I can't be blamed. I can't be blamed. But yeah. So I think I'm gonna call it here. Who am I gonna raid? Only got one viewer, but you know what? Better than none. So we are going to find someone to raid with one viewer. And a STEM VTuber. Doesn't look like there's anyone. Okay. Okay, yeah, hop over to Twitch. Let's... Let's see. Trying to think of who... The other day you learned my equation, all my tricks will be yours. I mean, if you want. If you want. Yeah. So let's go ahead. I know who this is. Danterns. Seems like they're playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Let's go ahead and raid them. Our raid message. What do we want our raid message to be? But it's just, our raid message is just gonna be D&D is applied math. Alright. Anyways, I've been Poisson Variants, your mathematical maestro, LaTeX linguist. Thank you all for watching. And starting the raid in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.